Hello everyone, so tonight I'm going to be tying this wee pattern here. This is a Crow Winged Bibio. So you'll not find too much online about this fly. I was able to find one forum post about it, and it claimed to be a very secretive fly in Ireland. And I just thought I would share it with you. There's a few variations on this pattern. There's one of them I saw with a golden pheasant rump feather on it, and that was a nice wee fly. But the hook I'm going to get in the vise is a Fulling Mills FM 1531. It's a competition heavyweight black. So I'm going to start the thread a couple of mil back from the eye and just run it down the body. For your bibio patterns, there's a lot of people who would tie the rib in now and run the rib down the body on the bare hook shank, but I'm not keen on tying on a bare hook shank. So I'm going to bring the thread down, snap that waist away, and just bring the thread back up. So the rib on this fly is a Uni French oval medium in silver. I'm just going to wind this back up so I don't lose the whole spool. And snip a small bit off. When I'm snipping the oval gold or wire drawing, I'm using the very as far end of the scissors I can get, so I'm keeping the tips nice and sharp. I'm going to catch this in on the underside of the hook. So just a loose turn till you get it where you want, and then we'll run the thread down. I'll put a bit of wax in my thread here. A bit cold in my kitchen tonight, so wax isn't as sticky as I'd like to be. First material I'm going to tie in is the black seals fur. This is Kindale Seals Fur Sub. This is as close as you'll get to real seals fur. So a couple of turns and then tighten up to it. I like to come up the full length that you're going to be coming, and then go back down through it. Tighten up again, back through it again. Just sweep in and going forward back. The next material is Seals Fur Sub FL Red. And I'll hit this with a torch and you'll see why I like this so much. Bringing that right up tight to where the black ended, even slightly over the top. And then through it again. Don't be shy with your dubbing on these. You can pull it out with a brush as well. Just sweeping all the red fibers back. And then we're coming in with the black again. And then you'll see why I like it. So the black section at the front is going to be slightly smaller than the other two, just because we need to get our hackles on our wing in. So I'm just going to sweep everything back, a couple of turns in front. And before going with any hackles, I'll hit this with the torch and show you why I like this FL Red. You know, it really comes to life when the light hits it. So the first hackle is going to be coming off this neck. Right, this is a very, very good neck. Maybe too good for this fly, but I like the stiffer hackles on the body. So find a feather I like the look of, and we'll strip some of the rubbish off the bottom. And my thread's well waxed there, and we're just a couple of turns on my side of the hook, and then fold the tip back, snip that away. Now where'd my wax go? Just wax my thread and then tidy up the head from mixed materials. I like to tidy up as I'm going, and it just helps everything go right. So I want this hackle to start right where I ended the last dubbing section. I'll get my hackle pliers for this. I'm going to put 2 or 3 turns at the shoulder of the fly here, and this is going to support the hen hackle. So there's 2 or 3 turns, and then work my way down the body. I like to make sure I get a rib of the black hackle right through the center of the red. Just think it looks nice. And the first turn of this is going to be right on the bend of the hook, or sorry, right on the shank of the hook. And then I'm going to work up the body. Don't be too mad about trapping hackle fibers because we can pull them out with a brush. Sweep everything back before I come in for the last turn, and then throw the bobbin over a few times. Again, I'm going to go in with the scissors, not using the very tips, just snip that away. And with the oval, I always like to try and smooth it out with my nail because it can leave you quite a high spot. Bring the thread to the eye and just run it back. And we can break that tip away. So I'm going to come in with a brush now and brush the body out slightly. If you can find my dubbing brush, that is. I've got 2 kids who love to come in here and tie flies, but they don't normally put things back where they got them. But if we can't find the brush, it'll not be too... No, all my dubbing brushes are gone. I'll have to get a new set made up. They're just, oh, there's one there. They're just a wee coffee stirring stick with a bit of Velcro. And we're just going to brush some of these fibers out. You really want to go at your flies. Really rough them up. Some of the best flies in your box are probably the ones that have, really get tore up by the fish. So quickly run that down. So the wing on this fly, this is where it's different from a normal bibio. It's just going to be a crow slip from a left and right feather. So you want to make sure you've got your crow, and you want to be taking off, a good, probably about the width of the gape of the hook. It's slightly too much, but it's not like that's probably a bit better there. That's one slip. I had to pause that there to go and find the other feather. That's the second slip. So we're just going to line the tips of these up on our finger. And you want to get them lined up as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a fishing fly. It's not going in a frame. And we want this to be probably just slightly by the bend of the hook. Something about that. So I'm just going to hold it with this finger and thumb and come in and fold it around with this one. Pinch and loop. Pinch and loop again. Couple of turns. Not happy with that. Sometimes the feather goes on nicer the second time you take a go at it. So just lining the tips up again. Just a couple of pinching loops. A bit nicer there, and then I can squish that down with a finger and thumb. It's more the size I'm looking for here at this point, more than how it's sitting. And then I'm going to come in with my finger and thumb and just push it down slightly. We're going to have a hackle over the top here, and that'll also help to get it sitting where I want. You'll notice the wing is open on this, and that's the way I want it. So the next hackle is going to be, this is a Ewing hen neck, and you want a lot of fibre that's good and long. I'm just going to go well past the point of the hook. So I'm just going to expose the tip of this. Catch it in with 2 turns, fold the tip back. You slide your fingers back, the tip should expose itself. Snip it away. So I'm going to grab this with hackle pliers. And just sweep everything back as I'm going forward with my turns. I'm really not keen on using hackle pliers, but you can't see what I'm doing if I don't, so a few turns up. And as I'm bringing the thread up, I'm also pulling the hen hackle down, which opens up the gap to get the thread in, so that I'm not trapping a whole heap of fibres. You can remove your hackle pliers and sweep everything back. Start at the eye again and bring your thread over the top. And that just catches in that stalk. I'm also building my head, and I'm going to whip finish at this point. So before I actually do the whip finish, I'll come in with a wee touch of UV resin and get it buried into the head. So just a slight bit on the thread, and then we can whip finish. I'm going to set that with a torch quickly. Snip away our thread. Now you can break these away, but I'm just going to turn the fly a wee slight bit and snip it out. So we're going to finish the head now. Bit of UV resin, not too much because I don't want the capillary action to suck it into the feather. Once you get right the way around, just set it with a torch. Now again, I can't tell you too much about this pattern because I don't know anything about it. But if there's anyone out there who does know anything, please let me know. I'd like to know. It just looks like a great wee fly. So there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching.